All right, we're here. I am recording now. We figured it
All
out.
right, awesome.
Adjust this really quick, actually. All right, I've got Andrew on with me today. Spencer died. He gave up this year. Said he wasn't
Spencer.
going anywhere,
Yeah.
so rest in pieces, Spencer's season. He's kind of cooked, huh?
I mean, he had a bye week, so we'll see how it goes from here.
Did he? Who did he have on bye?
He had Herbert and Keenan Allen.
That's fair, but also I wanted to read you a stat. I was looking at this beforehand. So Spencer's currently ranked 7th out of 14. Okay. He has 489 points scored this season. Just for reference, you have the most scored, Andrew, and you have 613. Other people in the top, like Garrett, have 525. I have 550. Beth has 569. So, like, most people are like around that 500 plus. They're
Yeah,
in the top 7. Spencer haven't even broken 500 yet. And get this, okay? All of us who have scored like the 500 points, Spencer has 386 scored against him.
I
That
see.
is
Yeah, I saw where you were
the
going with that as soon as I saw it.
least amount of points scored against anybody in this league by a pretty large margin. Like the next closest, I think, is Chris with 459. Like that's still like 70 points less than everybody else. So I think Spencer's been getting lucky this year, and
Yeah.
I don't know if he wins another game for the rest of the year. Sorry, Spence.
I think it's always about who you play. Like honestly,
Oh yeah,
it's
100%.
it's the any given Sunday
Because
mantra, right?
I'm looking at me. My points for points against makes sense because I'm 3-2. I've got 550 scored and 525 against. So it's like that makes sense. They're all close matchups.
Yeah.
Anyways, oh, I wanted to point out Shannon in last place has 418 scored, so she has the least points scored of anybody, but 613 points scored against her, which is the most by quite a bit.
I
So
was
it's
looking at the final standings projections, which are always wrong, but it had Shannon starting the after the draft in first place, and now it's projecting her last.
I'm looking at that right now. Oh man, yeah. From 1 to 14. I can't even see everybody on here. There we go. Who else is like a big gap on here? Ben started 5th
Uh,
and he's projected 13.
Sarah went
Sarah went 12 to
12th to
2?
second. Yeah.
You went from 2 to 1. Okay, that's interesting.
Yep.
What? All right, anyway, we
Anyways, yeah.
are gonna go over week 5 is over. We'll just kind of scroll through real quick. Andrew beat me, and now we're both 3-2. Uh, Veronica beat Ben. Ben is unfortunately 1-4. I think he's right there with Shannon at worst in the worst in the league right now. Um,
-1 point.
Sarah puts up a 101, goes to 4-1. Pretty convincing first place leader there.
Yep.
That was against Shannon, who's just having a rough fantasy season this year. Dad got a
Yeah.
little lucky. Only puts up 90, but that does it against Spencer's abysmal 57. So, Jesus. I'm just gonna roast Spencer this whole time, by the way, because he's not here, so nothing he can do about it.
Well, he was really high on Jordan Love, who threw 3 picks. So
I also did I pick up Jordan Love in this league? A different league.
I have no idea. No, he has him in this league. I don't know where you picked him up, but yeah, he was trying to trade me Travis Kelsey for Jordan Love, swearing that Love was great, and then he got 4.9. So
Yeah, I mean that was just a rough game. I don't know if you saw that game last night. That was
yeah,
a tough one.
but it's just fun to poke at him. So,
Yeah,
anyways, we'll let him rest in peace, and we'll move on.
see what happens this week. I think I predict Spencer to. Yeah, I'm predicting Spencer to lose this week, but we'll get there. All right. Beth goes 3-2. Sean unfortunately drops to 1-4. Sean's having a tough time too. Did I skip one? Nope, I did not. Chris team is looking kind of crazy. Beats Garrett. They're both 3-2 now. Mom is now 4-1. She beat Nathan. Yep, she beat Nathan, who falls to 2-3. But I think Nathan's doing better than he did last year. Okay, for our point winners this week, we had our top scorer Andrew against me, put up 155.58, which is a little annoying. Spencer was our lowest scorer, 57.48. Our smallest point differential was the Mom versus Nathan matchup, which was a 13.3 point differential. Scrimmage yards, most scrimmage yards was Elizabeth's team. She had DJ Moore, who played on Thursday, and he had 230 yards. Um,
Yeah, that was insane.
that was a pretty crazy. I the other league almost lost with DJ Moore on my team. It was close. I was kind of
That's
scared.
crazy.
Our negative point winner was Veronica, who had Dallas's defense, who had negative 2 points on her starting lineup, and
No,
most
I didn't even notice that.
most benched points was also you, Andrew, but not like it mattered because you put up 155. You had 57.24 points on your bench.
Killing it, man. Wouldn't have mattered who I started.
That's like that was like me last week. I think I was. Let me double check last week. No, I was close to top scorer, but I had a lot of bench points. Beth was top scorer last week, and I remember I was like 10, 15 under her. But I had like almost 70 bench points last week. I was like, damn, I could have started anybody and I would have won last week.
Pretty crazy.
I'm liking my odds going forward though. Achan is a little bit banged up, so Mostert is Mr. Go-to now for Miami. So we'll see.
Yeah.
See if I can get carried this week. All right, let's go over some matchups here for week 6. Oh, by the way, real quick before I forget, give me your week going into week 6 projections for who's playing in the finals.
That's going to depend on.
I have to.
Like, are you meaning in our fantasy or are you meaning in
No, no,
IRL?
no. Like in our league,
Um,
or just give me who you think wins it this year. You can say yourself, but give a backup if you say yourself.
I think that the final could come down to, I don't know, Chris's team looks pretty good now that he's got Cooper Cup back.
He has kind of ramped up, hasn't he?
Yeah. And then honestly, Elizabeth's team is obviously relying on Christian McCaffrey, but he can put up 40 whenever he wants to. But I mean, I like my chances, but I mean, I think every team's like an injury away, right? But I'll probably say like Chris and Beth or myself.
Chris and Elizabeth up there with the leaders, huh? It's a
Sorry,
pretty good
Sarah, I know you're
projection.
4. I apparently overlooked her team, but you put me on the
I
spot, so I
mean,
just kind of went quick.
she's got Adams and she's got AJ Brown still. Yeah, I mean, it really just depends on injuries. Anything can change, but I was just curious what you were thinking going into
Yeah, I did 3 seconds
s-
of research, so take
yeah,
that
good picks,
for
man.
what you
Good
will.
picks. All right, let's start. I always just start with mine because it pops mine up anyways. Let's start with the week 6 matchup. I'm playing Elizabeth this week. I picked. Did I pick you to win last week? I think I did pick you to win last week because I didn't like my. You didn't come through there. What'd you say? You said I did pick you.
Yeah, you picked me.
Okay. I think I'm gonna bounce back this week, especially with Mostert. Those Dolphins can keep chugging along. You know, if Mostert ends up getting 2, maybe even 3 touchdowns, I think he could keep me alive here. She's got Najee on bye. Jalen Hurts is
I
scary though.
also like you here. I just don't think DJ Moore is going to put up another 45.
That is
So
the thing that, I was looking at it and I was like, that is kind of, aside from like CMC had a good week still, and I think Jalen had a good week last week, but DJ Moore kind of gave her a big boost last week. So, I picked me. What you said you're going with me too?
yeah, I said I also pick you. Yeah, sorry.
Sweet, sweet. All right, I'm on. We got Dad versus Sarah here.
Okay.
2-3 versus 4-1 Sarah. I'm picking Dad for this one. Just to bounce back. I think he'll squeak by somehow. Like the team differential looks crazy. Like Sarah looks like she should get the win, but
Yeah, I mean he's got the better running back. She has the better receivers. So I think that I'm going to take Sarah on this one.
Sarah will move to 5-1 if that's the case. That's gonna be spooky. Sarah's just gonna be unkillable. I have to yell at the dogs. Dogs are running around in the background.
Not the dogs.
All right. We got Veronica versus Sean. This is kind of a matchup of like you 2-3 versus 1-4.
I was gonna say, what do you mean the matchup of you?
It's just like
Oh.
both of them have had pretty bad luck, and I picked Veronica in this one mostly because Justin Jefferson is I think he just got put on IR, or
I he did get put on IR. I
yeah.
also picked Veronica. I think that Joe Burrow showed that he still has some life, and she can sit Zach Wilson and play Joe Burrow. Um, yeah,
I
I think
saw
she'll.
Zach Wilson in her lineup, and I was like, what the hell's going on here?
I mean, it was the matchup, right? Like,
Yeah, don't
I
play
don't know.
Zach Wilson versus Philly. I don't predict that to go well.
Yeah, I don't think that'll go as well either, but they played Denver, so it didn't seem that bad of a
Yeah,
take.
no, that's fair. Jimmy G on her IR,
Yeah, she just hasn't modified it, I guess.
but didn't he play?
Yeah, but if you don't make any acquisitions or moves or anything, he can just stay there.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just confused by that. All right. All right, we both picked Veronica on that one, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go to Ben versus Chris. This was a pretty easy Chris pick for me just because like his team looks pretty scary right now. Like Tua's been
Chris.
great. I mean,
Yeah.
his entire starting lineup. He even has the freaking Denver backup running back because Javante's been not good.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of sandbagged early and still pulled out a few wins. Like he waited on Kamara to come back, he waited on Cup to come back, and he still managed to draft Saquon and Debo.
That's what I
So,
was gonna say. He's got Saquon on his bench still. He's got Jamison Williams, who didn't do much last week, but it was his first game after his suspension. I don't know, man. I don't. I don't
your
know if
team.
I don't know if he doesn't get injuries. I don't know if he loses another game for the rest of the season. That's a scary looking team right there. Sorry, Ben.
Yeah.
All right. This is gonna be another easy pick, I think. This is Shannon versus you. I took you to win this one.
I'm also taking myself.
Yeah, Shannon got the injury plague, unfortunately. So
Her team's got the yips. They're done.
yeah, they all got a little stinger in the
With
knee and went out for the season.
with her unmodified lineup, she's projected 61. So, you know.
Yeah, who's oh well she's got two Seahawks no not two Steelers on bye in her lineup, so that's part of the reason she's projected so low. But yeah, she'll have
Yeah.
to make some
But
changes there. But still,
it'll be interesting. Like T. Higgins could come back. Austin Eckler is rumored to be coming back this week. There was like a 99% chance he plays, so like
did they
things can
put
definitely
him
change.
on IR or was he just sitting?
I don't know, but I know he's like eligible to come back. Whether that was because his IR is over with or he was just sitting, I don't know.
Okay. Either way, I think this is gonna be a win for you, unless Shannon gets insanely lucky. Who knows?
Always
Um,
happen, man.
it
Yeah.
could. It could happen. All right. We're looking at Spencer versus Mom here. 3-2 versus 4-1. I crossed my pick out like 3 different times for this one. I think I'm gonna go with Mom's team to win this one. It's gonna be close
Uh,
though with Spencer's players coming back. Okay.
yeah, I mean, I don't know how well like James Cook got -4 yards from scrimmage last
Yeah,
week.
but look at his matchup.
So it is. I didn't want to say it. I'll let you
Look
say
at
it,
his.
but it
That's
is
part of the
getting
reason I'm
close.
looking at it, and I'm like, that was kind of her crutch last week. Was James Cook.
Yeah.
Um, and now he gets to play against the Giants, who can't do anything. So
But I like Spencer's receivers. Like Addison's going to get even more targets now with Justin Jefferson out. Dallas Goddard bounce back and might continue.
that's true. Jordan Addison is
I'm
gonna be
taking
pretty good.
Spencer here, I think.
Herbert and Allen off of a bye week, but they're playing Dallas, who kind of looked like frauds versus the Niners. But then again, who knows? Uh,
The Chargers look to lose in a
this
shootout.
I think this is
Let's
the
see.
this is the game to watch for the week. This matchup.
I agree.
This one could be tight. All right, we'll move on though. Yeah, I literally had picked Mom, and then I crossed it off and picked Spencer, and then I crossed it off and picked Mom again. So if you look at my
So your
paper,
final answer is
I picked Mom for that one. I
okay.
have like both an X to both of them and like a bunch more circles over Mom on my paper in front of me. All right, moving on though. This last matchup is Garrett versus Nate, and I took Nate in this one specifically because he has the Josh Allen Stephon Diggs stack versus the Giants on Sunday night primetime football, and the Giants look like a train wreck. So
That is fair. However,
Garrett has the Bills defense though. Oh shit, I might have to rethink.
I'm taking Garrett. I just think that I think the peak players are on Nathan's team, right? Like if Josh and Diggs
Yeah.
go off together, but Garrett still has weapons. He's got Jamar Chase who can do it anytime he wants. The Bills defense could end up with 35. Who knows?
You're right though, like Jamar Chase finally had a good week. Pacheco's like been pretty solid. I think he's had a couple really good weeks. And then if you like look at Thielen, like click on Thielen, he's been insane. I don't know if he's going to continue, but he's the 10th ranked wide receiver, and that's like his flex. I don't know if I can.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm looking at his entire history. Okay, anyways, he's had some good weeks.
Yeah. He's had multiple games with 14 targets, 13 targets. He's the guy there right now.
If you look at his bench too, he has Devontae Smith on his bench. I don't know if he benched him last week or what, but
He literally has too many receivers.
I guess I'm gonna try to trade Garrett for one of his receivers.
There you
See
go.
if we can snag DK from him or something. All right. Anyway, yeah, we got our picks in. You picked. Did you pick Garrett? You picked Garrett on that one, right?
I did think Garrett, yeah.
All right. See what happens next week. I'll have to pull
Yeah,
you
I hear
in.
you guys don't have too good of a track record of picking these games, so we'll see how many people I jinx.
Yeah, I didn't write any of our picks down. That's usually Spencer's job. I mean, oh, actually, I have mine circled, but you'll just have to try to remember yours for next week, and I'll tell Spencer which ones
We'll
are
have
which.
Spencer go back and watch and take notes.
Yeah, I'll make him study this before we do the next pod. All right, on to week 6. See everybody next week.
Good luck, everybody.
Bye bye.